Welcome back to the Smart Health Lab Explainer. If you caught last week's explainer on the habits silently ruining your sleep, you already know that screens and irregular routines are a massive part of the problem. But knowing the problem and actually fixing it are two totally different things. So instead of just talking theory today, I'm starting a 30-day challenge. No fancy supplements, no expensive gadgets, just 5 science-backed habit changes to fix my sleep. And I'm going to document the whole thing: day 1, day 7, day 14, day 21, and day 30. Every single rule is drawn straight from CDC, NIH, and Harvard Health Sleep Guidelines. No trendy hacks, just the real science.
Now, if you've been waking up absolutely exhausted, no matter how many hours you actually spend in bed, then follow along. You are exactly who I'm doing this for. Today, we are transforming sleep theory into a highly structured, science-backed experiment, and I really want you to do this with me.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is the exact roadmap for today's explainer. First, we'll hit the 5 rules of the challenge. Then, we'll unpack the science of sleep debt to see why we need a full month. After that, I'll show you exactly how we're tracking our daily progress. And finally, we'll map out your 4-week roadmap so you know what's coming. So, jumping right into section 1, the 5 rules of the challenge.
Here's the high-level overview. We're going phone-free for 30 minutes before bed. We're locking in the exact same wake-up time every single day. No caffeine after 2 p.m., dimming the lights in the last hour, and doing a 10-minute wind-down ritual. Now, these might sound simple, but they compound massively over 30 days. Let's break down the actual science behind each one.
Rule number 1, phone-free 30 minutes before bed. We've talked about this before. The blue light from your screens actively delays your brain's natural melatonin release. But here's the kicker. Even after you manage to fall asleep, that screen exposure you just had actively lowers the quality of your deep sleep. Your screens are literally fighting your brain's natural sleep chemistry all night long. Which brings us right to rule 2, the exact same wake-up time every day. And yes, I mean the weekends too. It's all about your circadian rhythm, which is basically your body's internal 24-hour clock. And that clock is trained by strict consistency. Sleeping in on Saturday or staying up late is honestly one of the most common and most underestimated sleep disruptors out there. We have got to keep that clock anchored.
Next up, rule 3, absolutely no caffeine after 2 p.m. Why? Because caffeine has a half-life of roughly 5 to 6 hours. That means if you grab a coffee at 4 p.m., a huge chunk of that caffeine is still actively swimming around in your system at bedtime. You might not consciously feel wired, but your central nervous system is definitely still stimulated, and that locks you out of those deep restorative sleep stages.
Okay, rule 4 is all about your environment. We're dimming the lights in the final hour before bed. Bright overhead lighting suppresses your melatonin almost as much as your phone screen does. So for that last hour, we are switching strictly to lamp lighting. It's such an easy fix, but scientifically it's a completely crucial environmental cue for your brain.
And that perfectly sets up rule 5, a consistent 10-minute wind-down ritual. Think about it like this. You wouldn't expect a toddler to go from sprinting around the living room straight into a deep sleep without a bedtime routine, right? Well, adults are exactly the same. By disconnecting and doing something relaxing like stretching or reading, you're building a predictable runway. It's a direct signal to your brain that sleep is finally coming.
Moving right along to section 2, the science of sleep debt. Now you might be wondering, why 30 days instead of a quick 7-day fix? Well, a 1-week quick fix might make you feel a little bit better by Friday, but it completely fails to undo months of poor sleep patterns. And this brilliantly illustrates why we need a 30-day recalibration. It takes a full month for real physiological changes to actually take hold.
It really comes down to this concept called sleep debt, the cumulative effect of those small nightly sleep deficits. According to NIH research, it takes several days, sometimes even weeks, of consistent habits to actually repay that accumulated debt and see your hormonal and cognitive markers normalize. We need 30 days to let your circadian rhythm actually recalibrate, not just feel temporarily better.
Let's move into section 3, tracking your daily progress. To keep this totally honest, data-driven, and science-based, I'm tracking 3 things every single day. First, time to fall asleep. I'm just using a simple phone-free method, noting when I get in bed versus the estimated time I fall asleep. Second, the number of night wake-ups. We're counting all of them because even brief ones matter for quality. Third, morning energy, rated 1 to 10, tracked at the exact same time every morning. Look, this isn't about perfection. Some days are going to be a mess, and that's fine. We just want to capture the real progression.
Which brings us to our final section, your 4-week roadmap.
I want to set expectations right out of the gate. Week 1 is usually the hardest. Your body's used to old cues, and honestly, screen or caffeine withdrawal can make you feel more tired before it gets better. But hang in there. By week 2, sleep onset time, how fast you fall asleep, typically improves noticeably. Week 3 is when that circadian rhythm really locks in. You might even start waking up right before your alarm. And by week 4, that's where most people report the clearest shift in daytime focus, because your deep sleep architecture has finally normalized. I'll be sharing my days 7, 14, 21, and 30 numbers, transparently, even if it doesn't go exactly as planned.
So if you want to do this challenge with me, remember, accountability massively improves follow-through on habit challenges. Here is exactly what I want you to do. Hit subscribe so you don't miss those day 7, 14, 21, and 30 updates. Then go right down to the comments and type day 1 to publicly commit. I'm going to be reading these and featuring some of your updates in the next explainer. A really quick disclaimer. This challenge is based on general sleep hygiene research. It's definitely not a substitute for medical care. If you have a diagnosed sleep disorder like insomnia or sleep apnea, please consult a doctor before making any big changes.
But for everyone else, let's do this together. A month from now, you will either have completely new sleep architecture or you're going to be dealing with the exact same exhaustion. Which one will you choose? Make your choice, drop your comment, and I will see you at day 7.